Hello, LLC family. Um, don't be alarmed. We have not lost Chewy, but she is in Japan and she is unavailable.
She's hard at work.
In the Air tonight has made a cameo. He wasn't here 3 minutes ago. We don't know how long he's gonna stay, but he is also in Japan. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well. I will tell you, 2 days from now cannot come fast enough.
Uh, Sir Lucius is here. He is
He's
also
also in Japan.
in an undisclosed bougie location somewhere in Tokyo. All right.
Wow.
A non broom closet location. Yes.
Right. That
Right.
ain't
Absolutely.
that ain't your USATF standard room right there. That's something else. All
Yeah,
right.
odds are when he walked in the room, there were two sets of slippers waiting for him to put on to walk around the room. I'm sure.
In the
How are
row.
you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Very well. Ready
Four
to
four four
count
size
down
four
to going
sizes
home.
too small. Four sizes too small,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Like
never
you never, I
never.
never put them on, but they're always there. Yeah, they're always there.
The governor is here,
Yep.
not in Japan,
Nope.
somewhere in Texas.
That's right.
How are
Somewhere
you, sir?
south. Yes.
What's going on in Texas?
Enjoying the heat while I can. Hello, Kai. How you doing?
Hello, Kai.
The baby has arrived. I don't think he's gonna stay. Are you staying? Okay. And of course, I am standing in for, poorly for Miss Chewy, playing host to the best of my abilities. But see, this is an easy show to play host to because it's the middle of World Championships, and all we have to do for the first part is talk about all the crazy, wonderful, amazing things that have been going on. So, while we have in the air tonight, I would like you to give me your overall take of Worlds thus far to this point.
I'll give you three quick snippets. One, the demise and death of Jamaican sprinting has been greatly over exaggerated. Two, Sid is exactly who most of us thought she was, whether it's over barriers or not, especially considering that talent and who's coaching her. I'm not sure why or anybody will continue to bet against them because I think that's nuts. And three, America's in a fight, and I kind of like it. I think I will never say easy, but I think we've kind of had our way uh, the last few global championships, and we're in a dogfight in a lot of places that we haven't necessarily always been, and I like it.
Sir Lucius, overall take from
Um,
Worlds thus far.
I mean, I'm gonna start at the top with Sid. I again when Bobby said she's running the 400, any of us that know Bobby knows she was coming here to win it and break the American record. Like that's just what Bobby. Bobby's never going to be second in anything in his life, and he's not going to start now. Um, I I I think that watching the Jamaicans, like I've seen this coming. I'm not sure why people weren't paying attention to this. Like they weren't going to be dormant forever. The coaching there is too good, and it's not just Francis and Mills. They've got there's branches to those trees now. Walcott, one that comes to mind. He does a phenomenal job. He coaches the Mason kid. They got a medal. So I think that at the end of the day, people paying attention should have seen that coming, right? Ryan Krauser is not human. I'm convinced
Not
of that,
human.
And I think that I want to give a big shout out to Cordo Tench and his coach Kyle Rutledge, for another thing that we saw that coming. He struggled a little bit early on and people wanted to be critical of it, but neither he nor his coach had ever been into space. But if you pay attention to what Coach Rutledge does at Pitt State, the guys, he's a winner.
Yeah,
And
yes.
they're very detailed in the process, and kudos to them. But again, um, the 100-meter final was on both sides. We'll get into those things here in a little bit, but they were great to watch. But my overall take's been it's been a great track meet. not the most organized by the hosting company, but country, I should say, but definitely a great track meet so far.
That
Governor.
is
I,
very.
I'm not even sure it's like super disorganized, but I think we all expected so much organization from the
Right.
Japanese that it's been so not Japanese.
Well, in my opinion, see, you haven't been to the warm track yet,
Yeah, you're right, and you've
and
already
so
scared me enough.
okay, so they are over officious in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not the best setup. Like a lot of people like to warm up on the grass. There is no grass. Like all the team tents are in the grass in the middle of the track. The grass itself is not very good grass, so we probably wouldn't warm up on it anyway. There's bugs everywhere. It's bad. And then they try to regulate hurdle warm-ups. Like they don't
Mm.
want you to like they set the hurdles up and they try to tell you you can't move them. I'm not talking about move them to take them away. I'm like move them in or space them out. Like they were literally telling us you can't move them off the marks.
Oh, they trying to cause mutiny out there.
Yeah, well, if the mutiny happened, don't worry about that. It
That's I say
happened.
that's not gonna fly at all.
Yeah,
That's not a
not gonna
thing.
fly at all. Right. So I'm sorry, Governor.
Um, I mean, overall for me, I have to marvel at the professionalism on display. It's, you know, the thing that I think goes unnoticed quite a bit in our sport is that we we suffer through these challenges. We go through, the changes. Most of them we have no control over. We're given what we're given, and year after year after year, when it's time to shine, the athletes show up. I mean, it's
Hmm.
it's just been phenomenal to see these results, just pop up on the board. And it's yet another world championships where things are unreal. We're seeing the best performances of the year at the end of the year. It's fantastic. So, I mean, to think that we have 3 more days of this, I mean, I'm super pumped.
So I agree with all of that. I will say that to this point, every event has had intrigue,
Hmm.
which is, fun to watch, especially, as the audience on television, you're watching it the way we're watching it. Every event's had intrigue. But for me to this moment, the biggest things, the most impressive things have actually come from the field, not necessarily from the track. And I'm sure I'll get some pushback on that. And I'm not taking anything away from any one particular performance, but it's like the things you thought were going to happen, or the matchups that you were geeked up to see, a lot of them didn't even play out that way. But the field events have been so good, right? Even I'll give the one that's supposed to be not exciting at all, right? The men's pole vault. We all expected Mondo to go out there and do what he does and take a shot at a world record, and of course he got it. But if you watch the men's pole vault, the guts of the Greek
Hmm.
who actually challenged him
Yeah.
until the very, very end and made decisions that most people would never even attempt to make, made that whole thing way more intriguing to watch from afar. And I can only imagine in the venue, just went crazy. I mean, the Canadians dominating the
Hmm.
hammer in the
Yeah.
way that they did, right?
Let me stick
It was
this
just
in real quick
epic,
for those people who really don't, who are not really into the hammer. I feel bad for you because I
man.
promise you, you'll never see. Well, you may never, but the hammer competition that just happened on the men's side
Yeah.
is one of the most ridiculous things you will ever see. That
In
was like a
history.
12. It's like a 12-round fight with 5 guys.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
And
Unbelievable.
somehow, some way, Katzenberg still dominated,
Hmm.
right? Like it was so good. and you know, that's, you know, for me, I know that we have a lot of casual fans. People don't really understand that this is our Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and to see, you know, the situations popping up the way that they are thus far have been just crazy exciting. Now, moving forward, I think the track takeover is really coming. I think the best
Yeah.
of the things that we're going to see on the track have yet to play out, and that's, you know, very, very, you know, there's so much going on there. But that, you know, that was my general takeaway. So let's get into some of the specific events. Um,
Yes.
you know, we can start with what should have been, to the point I was making, what was billed as one of the best showdowns that we were going to get, Melissa versus Juju. Didn't
Mm-hmm.
play out that way. All right.
Right.
It was just Melissa in dominating fashion, walking away from the field. What do we think about the women's 100?
Well, I was fortunate enough to be here and be see the warm-ups before the prelim, see the warm-ups before the semi, and I was actually watched the races. And a lot of people don't know Juju got hurt between the semi and the final, which is
Mm-hmm.
why she pulled out of the 200.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that injury robbed us of something incredibly special, right? But I don't want to say that and take away from the magnificence of Miss Jefferson Wood,
Oh,
Mrs.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Jefferson Wood. I mean, like it was
Right.
just, I mean, the thing with that was I watched her doing starts before she went out for the semi. And it was like, you know, we've all been at the track and you watch somebody do a start, it just like takes your breath away, right? That was what it was. Like it was just, it was seamless, it was smooth, it was controlled, it was, you know, it was amazing. So I wasn't surprised at that at all. Um, the other person that I want to give kudos to is Miss Clayton,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
first time on the big stage and getting it done. You know, that's, you know, super impressive. And I mean, I think, you know, Juju to go out there on one leg and run 1084 is very impressive. You know, that shows the warrior in her. But you know, back to the top, Miss Jefferson Wooden, man. Like what a phenomenal performance. I mean, about halfway down, I thought she was gonna run 10.5. I really did.
I mean, she almost had it. If there
She
was any
almost
wind at
Exactly.
did.
all,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
there was any
Exactly. Yeah.
wind at all,
Any
that's
wind
what
Right.
in
they would have been.
stadium.
Right.
Yeah. I
So,
mean that.
so for my take, there is the real question is now that the whole season for the 100, obviously we still got a 200 left, but the whole season has been done for her in the 100. Like it's got to rank in like the top 2 or 3 overall seasons anybody's ever had, right? Because we're talking about a ridiculously long sprint season
Oh,
for
by
her.
the numbers, it's number
Mm-hmm.
one.
It's number one.
It's
Yeah.
number
No, it's
So,
one.
not close
you
to
know,
it. Yeah.
again, I'm not a sprint coach, so I wasn't going to just jump out there and say that, but that's what I felt. I was like, I feel like this level of dominance from April to September is not a thing.
No,
Nope. It's not.
never seen it before. Really, never seen anything close to it.
Yeah.
And you know, in the coming months, you know, that's when we always get all the data dumps, right? Like to this moment, I still don't think her 10-meter segments are available on the website. But as the data dumps come, like it's gonna be a clinic on just how like unbelievable her season has been.
Hmm.
It's not normal.
See, the numbers I want to see 30 to 70
Yes.
because I believe that that was one of the best 30 to 70s ever,
Yeah.
ever. 'Cause remember, because she was pulling away from 10.7 and 10.8. It wasn't like she was
Yes.
just, you know, 11.1 people. Like she was just destroying two.
They're not at this
10.76
track.
and 10.84 are
They're
very,
at the
very
U.S.
quality
track.
runs, you know?
Fourth
Right.
fourth fastest time in history. I
Yes.
mean, just call it what it is. I mean, it's phenomenal.
And you
No,
know,
no. Hold on one sec.
And
Mouse, what's the name of the U.S. track?
Oh boy. Y'all keep talking. I'll find it for you.
okay.
It,
And to that point, you know, in Eugene,
mm-hmm.
Shelley set a championship record. In Budapest, Shikari broke it.
Yep.
And now Japan, Melissa took that apart.
Yeah.
Okura.
And so, yeah, but Lucia said it right. There's nothing to take away from Melissa's season and performance. It was all time great.
Yeah.
It's just one of those events where we didn't get the show that we thought we were going to get, and it was due to obviously an unfortunate situation that happened with Julian. And that sucks. But Juju's a warrior. She's the Olympic champ. She'll be back, and hopefully we'll get to see it in the near future. The men's 100 lived up to everything it was supposed to be.
It did. It did, absolutely.
And so
And
I want to give a shout out to all the people that laughed at me when I said that Seville was going to win. Just saying. Just saying.
yeah.
You know what's funny about that? And it goes with some of us. Over the past couple years, we've been reluctant to pick Noah and then pay the price for it. So this time you're like, okay, I'm not gonna get fooled by this again. And you pick him, and Seville decides to show up for the first time.
But see, here's the thing, right? So I'm going to deal with that from two areas, right? So one, I was never afraid to pick Noah. And in the air tonight was standing beside me when he won 2 years ago. And I said, the gun went off and I said, Noah. Last year, Noah.
Mm-hmm.
This year, the difference was Noah wasn't Noah. And Seville was doing things a little differently. He has a different look to him. He's a Glenn Mills coach guy. And now,
Yeah.
you watch the Mills athletes when they're right, that's what they do, right? And I think I think it's unfair to cast the thing of when he finally showed up. Like he was who he was on those days. I mean, the man was last year, but he ran 991. And I know he had
Mm-hmm.
run 980 something before. Sometimes the stage is just too big for people, right? So I don't think it wasn't that he wasn't showing up. He wasn't ready. He was ready this year, and I saw it every time I watched him run. It was never a time where, because even when he would win before, like he would win, he always gonna run well in the semifinal. But when he would win on before on the circuit, it wasn't a dominant performance. He'd squeak by; they were running him down. But everything he did this year showed me that, in my opinion, anyway, he was a guy. So
Well, I mean, again, we often overcomplicate things. But when you're coming in with one of the top three best averages,
hmm
like every time you line up going into the meet,
hmm
injuries notwithstanding, you just got to keep your head together. It's
yeah,
pretty much that's
exactly.
it. It's the blueprint's already written. And you know, first of all, I had never seen a situation where an athlete like divulges something that he saw in the call room. I'd never seen that before
Mm-hmm.
to the world, speaking
Yeah, that was
about.
crazy.
But
That was very different. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And obviously, I mean, if you know the Jamaican way or the way anything to say, you know what? It's coming. You know, if
hmm
if there was something that he needed to reset, that had to have been it.
hmm
So, but no, kudos to Seville, kudos to Glenn Mills. That's four world champions in the 100, right?
hmm Well, those three.
Three,
Well,
three.
if you count, yeah,
Yeah.
Bolt, the animal in this one.
So he didn't coach Kim?
Oh yeah, it's
Who?
four. Kim
Kim,
Collins.
Kim
He coached
Collins.
Kim too.
Oh, I didn't know he coached Kim Collins when he won.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Yeah.
yeah.
Education received.
So, um, what did we think about the men's shot? I mean,
Brian Krauser.
All right.
That's all I got right
So
there.
do y'all
Brian
remember
Krauser.
when we were talking about the show and there was like some sort of trepidation and I kept saying if he gets on the plane, he's gonna win. Because he's
hmm
not coming unless he's capable of winning. And and the issue there is twofold, right? It's simple math. His PB is 2356.
Right.
It took 1 meter 20 centimeters less
Yeah.
to win. Actually, it didn't even take that. It took 1.5 meters less to win because 22 meters on the day would have won. Also, by him going, the greatest competition to that victory can't come to the meet.
Right.
Right.
So there was no way I would have bet any money anywhere else but Krauser. Now, the reality is, who can show up for the first meet of the year and dominate? People that aren't from
Ryan
this planet.
Krauser. Ryan Krauser.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You know, like I would bet Mondo could probably do that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but that's it.
that'd be good money.
But
That's it.
I mean, Krauser is Krauser, and like you could just on television, you could feel kind of the aura of everybody understanding, like, if he actually throws this thing,
Mm-hmm.
we're just all here for second, right?
Yep.
But having said that, the Mexican
Yeah,
was amazing.
Munoz,
He was
yes.
amazing.
Come through in the clutch.
Like that was crazy.
Yep.
That is a
Yeah,
perfect
Chet.
example of
See, and I
staying in
think,
your lane.
yeah, what you're speaking of, like you mentioned it a little bit earlier about the guy challenging Mondo, right? And that's the beauty of what track and field is, and the basis of what I think it should be is that you're going to find somebody that's going to challenge the best guy. There's at least one person always that goes, okay, I know that guy's great, but I'm not going to back down, you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
And that's what makes the sport great, you know? That's
Yep.
what makes the competitions great. You know, like you do, there's always icons, you know, there's like Dalilah Muhammad was the one that showed that 52 seconds isn't fast enough for 100 hurdles, right?
Right.
But you can run faster than 52 seconds. You know, it was, you know, Safa was the one that showed you could consistently run faster than 100, right? There's always one person. Carl and the gang showed that maybe 9 meters is possible someday, right? So
He
it
sure
takes those
did.
kind of people. But as dominant as Carl was, Mike Powell wasn't afraid of him. Larry
No.
Myers wasn't afraid of him. They made him up. They made him beat him. You know.
So
Now,
to
I
that,
worked with Dennis Mitchell during when doing the heyday of the Santa Monica Track Club, and that was his mantra every day. We got to be ready for those guys because I'm gonna make them beat me. You know.
so to that point, and because you guys were there, I hope you got a chance to see this live. And if I'm just wrong about this, then you just tell me. The hammer.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, Katzenberg let it rip from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the men in that competition weren't having it. Like they weren't going for it. Like they kept coming at him, and it turned into an all-time great hammer competition.
Katzenberg didn't even throw the first blow.
Yeah.
Right. But his first but his first throw was elite.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's because the throw right before him was 81 meters.
I
Yeah.
got you, but that's not where I'm going. On the flip side of that, Cam let
Yeah.
one go on the first rep, threw her 80 on the second, and as soon as she did, half the field walked up to her and gave her hugs, and it was over. It was like, you know what? Well, fine. It was like they yielded to Cam, which I'm here for because I
The
love
only
Cam.
person in that field who has a shot at that would be Anita Wlodarczyk, and since she chased down that dude that tried to steal her luggage, she has not been quite the same. And there's nobody else in that field that can throw that far.
See,
Mm.
and I was going to say, sometimes in life, you know your limitations, right?
Yep.
And if you're a 75-meter girl, you know you're not throwing 80 meters. So,
Right.
and
Right.
I
81 is
say this
not
to
in your
my
bag.
athletes all the time, right? Be who you are, be where you are. If you're a 8'10" long jumper, go jump 8'10". And
Right.
and you might hit it the right way and you might get to 8'15" or 8'20". But when you're an 8'10" guy, you try to jump 8'50", here comes 7'70", right?
Yeah.
And so
No,
sometimes you just have to understand that's who you are,
no,
right?
I
Don't
I
try to, yeah.
agree. And I
So,
mean,
but see
I've
that
said those
these
same
guys
things.
obviously saw things in training that felt like they all felt like they could win,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all right, right? So I don't think that was the women like bowing down to Cam. They were just like, well, you whooped my behind today. I got nothing for that. I can't go 80 meters, right?
I've just never really seen that at a
Mhm.
competition of that level, right? Like, oh, you get all the hugs and the congratulations and the camaraderie after it's over.
Yeah.
They were doing that after the second throw.
Right.
It was just
Yep.
wild to see. But I'm a huge Cameron Rogers fan, and you know, We're gonna revisit that GOAT conversation in the near future, but this is not the place for that. Um,
Women's long jump. What are thoughts
yeah,
Davis
on that?
Woodall. Davis Woodall. I mean,
No, no,
and
no.
again, she comes
All the
down.
long jumpers heard Chuck talking shit.
okay. So can we
Yeah,
listen?
go ahead.
When I was saying those things years ago, I will stand on that. And Tara hadn't arrived yet. It's her show now, and Tara has been consistently excellent.
But was the competition really that good beyond the top three?
That's
No,
my point. I'm
no.
going to argue that the top three wasn't even that great.
I mean, 692 was
Tara,
second.
692 was
692,
third.
692,
699 was second.
699,
Yeah.
692.
Yeah.
right? And for wait a minute, and for a woman, Mahambo with a PB of 730, I don't want to see 699 for second.
So
No one's challenging Tara.
so the thing that you have to pay attention to was that there were the 7 meter threat people, 7 meter threats. 3 of them didn't make the final.
Right.
You know,
Cappuccino
there was
crashed out.
yes. There were a couple.
Cameo.
Hey,
Chewy.
hey, Chew. So it was a bit anticlimactic, at the end. But what do you have to do when you're the favorite? You have to win, and that's what she did.
No, Tara's
So
excellent. I
But
want the people
when
capable of challenging her to challenge.
Mahambo jump her PB?
2 years
Oh,
ago, is that
boy.
right?
Okay, and how old is Mahambo?
Man.
Those are governor questions.
I mean,
1994. So she's 31.
31. Okay.
yeah,
31.
she ain't old yet, and she out
No, I
there.
mean, see, my thing is
I
this
mean,
again. I think that
Her PB
I
is
don't think it's
from
fair
2019.
that we
okay.
should right that you should expect someone to jump just because somebody has a PB of 730 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that's what they are. So I'm a big believer that you take the average of the top 5 or 10 marks, and that's really who they are. Because a lot of people, especially in the field of this, hit a big one every now and then, right?
I agree with that.
And so, I think for me, I think 699 is pretty daggone good. I think 692 is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 660s and stuff from women that have jumped 680 consistently, I think it's a little different. But I do think that the women's long, I don't think it has arrived, but I think it's on its way back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just even watching it and seeing the the energy from the group as a whole, I think will lead to greater performances on the end of it. Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Now, you know what? Surprisingly, the men's long jump turned out to be pretty damn good.
It was very good.
Dude,
Very
my
good.
boy
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
medal.
yeah. Listen, yeah.
He had a medal.
He did.
And then the long jumpers were like, hey, man, hold my beer. I'm not letting this dude walk out of here with a medal.
I mean, a centimeter separating gold from
Cold-blooded.
silver. Fantastic.
Cold-blooded.
And the young guy. Wow.
Yes.
See, what's he,
Rolani.
20
Yeah.
or 21 now?
Is he?
I think
he's
he's
20.
20.
I think he's
Golly,
20.
man.
He's
Coached
young.
by his mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Amazing. Furlani.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Italians came here thinking that they were going to win, that they had a chance, and they really did. Had a chance at winning both long jumps.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say the men's 15 is one of the more disappointing events, or would you say that it was exciting?
Is that final been run yet?
Yes.
Yeah, last
Yes.
night. It was the
Yeah.
last thing last night.
That's my answer to you right there, because that's how.
Wow. Wow.
So
Well-
the men's 1500 is one of those events where it was supposed to be spectacular,
Yes.
and for all kind of reasons, it wasn't, but it was still intriguing. So first and foremost, we've talked about this before. I'm an Ingebrigtsen fan, but every now and then he'll do some dumb shit and embarrass himself. And he disrespected the field, thinking he could clown around, and missed. He didn't get out the first round.
No, he didn't.
So
Correct.
off rip, the 1500 is less than it should have been because Ingebrigtsen ain't moving through. And then in the final, Josh Kerr, who might be the most exciting guy in it, it's a calf cramp.
Yep.
But before in the middle of the race, and he's just
Yeah.
limping around trying to finish. So that was terrible.
Yep.
So it was
Very
Let's
anticlimactic.
let's smack all of them for showing up like it was an NCAA prelim though, because they ran the first lap slower than the deck 1500 first lap will be.
Yes. Yeah.
yes.
Like they went out there and jogged for 800 meters, and I was like, "Come on, man! Not at the World Championship final."
But the funny thing is, the race, like the race for the gold medal,
Yeah.
was super exciting.
Yeah, it
You know,
was.
And
like
it
the
was
end of the
300
race
meters
was great.
long. There was like 6 dudes in the race for the
Yeah.
last 300 meters.
And to that point, and listen, I understand the TV is telling me it's very, very hot in Tokyo. But if we want to talk about bullshitting in the beginning of the race, the men's 10,000 meters was walking
Yeah.
for the first third of it. I mean,
Mhm.
walking. How badly did they walk? A Frenchman won it. Like, it just seemed like one of those races where it's like, okay, I understand the conditions are bad, but all the Africans, you played yourselves with the way you let that race go out. It made no sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, the governor brought up a really, really good point a couple days ago when all of us have been in the group chat. He'll never admit this, but this is Seb Coe's dream to have
Mhm.
European distance runners winning medals.
Yep.
And sure, and I
This
get that.
this was his dream.
You know what's really funny about that though? The complete opposite. See, the women understood because
Yeah, they got the memo.
if you watch the women's steeplechase final, within one lap, it was the funniest thing in the world. The
They s-
Africans had their group, and everyone else, all the
The
whites.
non-Africans, the
Stop.
non-Africans, let's call them.
Stop.
Hey, that's what it was. I'm sorry, it's on
The
television.
non-Africans
All the Africans had a pack, and
and the
all everybody else, all
non-Africans,
the Caucasians,
the
had about a 30-meter
non-Africans,
gap, and they weren't having
this
it.
guy.
They
Oh
weren't having it.
man.
No, listen, I'm not gonna pretend like I pay like real close attention to a steeplechase. It's usually when I go get snacks. But it was on, and the first lap happened, and I was about to get up to go get my snacks, and I'm like, yo, wait a minute. What's happening right now? It was very funny. It was very, very funny.
Um, hurdles. We got to talk about the short hurdles. I mean,
We
let's talk
do.
about the women's short hurdles. What did we see? What was it like?
Governor,
Well, I'll say,
what's my favorite name to say in track?
Kambunji.
Kambunji!
I mean,
I'm
obviously
sorry.
been in the middle of that fray. What Miss Kambuji did in the final was she out executed everybody. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she ran her race. She ran it well.
Clean for 10.
Grace started well and checked up early, and Toby didn't start well, but came
Right.
on like gangbusters.
Came
And
on.
Kambuji just ran the perfect race at
Did,
the
did,
perfect time. And no, but she's always one that sticks her nose in there, right? She
oh,
just
yeah,
stuck her
that's,
nose a little harder this time. Yeah.
did
Yeah.
I see this right? Because I haven't rewatched that over and over. Grace had an excellent start, as she does. Did
Hmm.
she hit 3 or 4 somewhere in
I
there?
don't recall her hitting that. I just remember watching her run to one and get there and throw her shoulders back.
Hmm.
Mm.
That's what I remember. That's when I knew it was going to affect her at the end of it. But I haven't watched it to be honest, watched the replay of it yet, so I don't know whether she hit hurdle or not.
I got you.
Just extremely proud of her. I mean, like 3 years ago, the girl was, had a broken leg and they didn't know if she'd ever walk properly again. So
No, so okay. So here's my take on the women's sprint hurdles. I wasn't the only one that said it, but we talked about it. There were about 5 or 6 women that we swore absolutely had a chance
hmm
to, right?
hmm
And it played out. So I am not like I was having a side conversation, and people when I said I'm not at all shocked about how it played out. Like, what are you talking about? Of course, Masai is supposed to. I was like, guys, listen. If you pay attention to the event, starting with Grace, I was like, pre-broken leg,
Hmm.
Grace used to dominate most of these women.
Hmm.
So if you tell me now as a professional and healthy that she beats the Nugents and she beats, Masai's. I'm not remotely shocked about that at all. That's who she was. So I'm not surprised by Grace at all. If you tell me that the world record holder found a way to get a medal, why would I be surprised about that? Right? To in the air tonight's point, Kambunji's gutsy. She's always in the mix. And she ran 10 clean hurdles.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm not surprised about that. Like, Masai Russell is excellent. She's the Olympic gold medalist. You have to respect it. She's the US record holder. You have to respect it. But there's context to everything. She's the US record holder with a perfect 2.0 win in Miramar in a race that she was losing all the way up until the final 3 steps,
Mm-hmm.
right? She's the Olympic champion in a race. Go back and look at the tape. There were 4 women that could have got that gold on the line. So because she had a dominant season doesn't mean that you're going to come here and dominate these women. This is the hardest sport on the planet, women's sprint hurdles,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all good.
Yeah.
So no, I wasn't shocked by any of it. And guess what?
Didn't she run 12-1 again though later in the
She
season?
did. She did.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. She dominated the regular season for certain. But I'm not surprised to watch any of these women beat any of these women because they're all that good. And
Yeah.
next year, if you tell me that at the Ultimate World Championships we're gonna have a completely different podium, I won't be surprised by that either. They're all
Right.
good.
Right.
They're all really young. Like that's just what this race is now.
Because if I'm not mistaken, in the women's hurdles and in the men's, the podium was completely different from it was last year.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
Matter of fact, on the men's side, not one of the guys from the podium even made the final this year.
Right.
wow.
And I
Yeah.
think the men was just way more surprising. Now, listen, we would be flamed if we didn't just let you talk about one of the shocks of the meet, which is Grant didn't make the final.
Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, I'm gonna start with Grant's a human being. He's got some struggles going on. And we tried to get through them. We just couldn't get through them. But neither one of us has any quit in this. The 1352 was not something either one of us saw coming, but it just speaks to everything that he's going through. He's not hurt. It's not that. It's just sometimes you just can't get over things, and he's fighting for. He's dealing with some things right now. We just couldn't get over 'em. But I don't want to take away from the fact that I'm going to give big props to Cordell Tension as Coach Kyle, like I talked about earlier.
Yep.
Tension's been on a roll, and if you paid attention, they've been building that machine for a few years now.
Yep.
And it's I don't think it's finished being built. Honestly, I think that young man's the future of the event. I think he's a problem, especially now that they figured out how to get to where they are. But I mean, for those people out there, and I'm gonna say it with my chest, that those of you out there who want to call for Grant to leave me because he had a bad season, yeah, it's not happening. People, I want each of you to figure out a time when you haven't had a bad season or a bad day or a bad moment, but because all of a sudden, because the guy that a year ago today, everybody wanted to stand up tall and say he's the best ever. He has a bad year, and now he and I shouldn't work together anymore. I find that laughable and it's disrespectful. But you know, Grant's okay, I'm okay, and I promise you we'll be back. I'm gonna
He's
leave that
Well,
right there.
I'm
he
glad you
he
said
he
it.
only went on a 9-year run. That's all.
Exactly, and
Right.
and that's part of the problem too, right? You
Mm-hmm.
think about this. Since Grant walked on my campus back in the fall of 2016, he hasn't had a year off, right? So maybe he's just tired, man. Maybe he's just mentally and physically worn down. He needs a break. But if you're going to discount the last 8 years
Mm-hmm.
for this bad year where he didn't make the final, but he was a world indoor champion, right? So
Mm-hmm.
like we're going to take not 8 years and throw him away. We'll call 8.5 because he was still pretty good indoors, and throw all of that away for one bad half a year in a year where he still ran 13 more.
Well, and listen, we're all glad you're here. We're all glad you said it. But you have nothing to defend.
Not
Nothing.
going to defend anything yet.
It is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in this sport. the way people are coming at Grant Holloway over this season. He is the greatest of all time. It's really not a debate. And if you care to debate it, the only name that's involved in it is Alan Johnson. And Alan said that Grant's the greatest of all time. So he is the greatest of all time. And every step of that career has been managed and facilitated and comes from the brain of this man on the screen.
That's right.
So I'm just not here for the casual disrespect of people that have been that good. It makes no sense to me. Cordell Tinch is phenomenal. And
Yes, he is.
he might be the future of the event, but last I checked, Grant ain't old.
Nope.
And so, you know, at some point, those two people are gonna come head to head when everybody's in their right state of being, and we'll find out what it is. But for now, props to the new world champion. Me personally,
Absolutely. Props to
I'm
the
glad.
Jamaicans.
I'm
They did a
glad to
great job as
see.
well.
I'm glad to see that title stayed in America, right? And that's kind of what we do. Okay, so I just
See, so
yeah.
here's my challenge. I got a challenge on two fronts. My first challenge is, okay, so let's look at the event and let's look at the fact that when you look at the back end of it, when you take Grant and Daniel and Freddie and you take, Broadbell and those guys away, all of a sudden 13-1 gets you a medal, right? So let's respect those guys for what they've done. And not just Grant, all of those guys. Parchment was a guy that was around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't, he's not the GOAT, but he's one of the best of the all time. You know, and the other side of this is too is like, when did it become that even the great ones don't have bad years?
Well, they all do. It's just
Exactly.
it's just
Whether it be Michael,
in,
whether it be Kobe, whether it be, hey, there's no argument in my mind that Tom Brady's the best guy ever, right? Tom Brady had bad year, he had bad moments. They all do, you know. So it's like, but what America is like, what people, the internet trolls, as I call them, want to do is they want to lock onto somebody's bad and forget the good, you know.
no,
And
and I don't.
that's not just involving Grant. That's just everybody, Whether it
No, it
be a
is.
thing Mo needs to leave Bobby Kersey or someone else, it's always that.
Well, and that's where I wanted to go with this part of it because I don't know what it is. I'm not going to be lazy and call it a race thing because I don't think that that's what it is. But Grant is in a very, very specific small room of people in this sport that have been dominant that way. It's him, it's Mondo, it's Krauser, right? If Mondo all of a sudden had a bad year, I don't think anybody would argue that he's the greatest ever or be calling for him to separate from the group that got him there as an athlete, right?
Did Ingram Brisson leave his coach now?
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, right.
Right?
Like,
Right.
you
Should
you
should
don't you
Shakiri
don't.
leave? Should Shakiri leave Dennis now? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm,
we can
I'm
do
not
this
gonna
all
push.
day.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna push Carey in those categories,
No,
but
no, I'm just saying. But like, she is a world champion, right?
yes,
She's an Olympic medalist.
Yeah.
She didn't
yeah,
medal this year, so it's just an analogy. We're
right.
not
But
gonna
I'm
go down
just
that road with you. That's
no, but
my
I'm
fault.
just
I should have
saying,
put that
like,
out there. Yeah.
there's something specific to Grant and something
Right.
specific to you that people entertain this nonsense about, and I don't really get it. So
Yeah. I mean, well,
whatever.
I find it laughable, and I'm glad that they like to entertain themselves. And all I know is this: is that I read a quote. I'm not gonna put the name out there, but somebody posted something years ago that all you had to do was watch Grant run in high school because this person knows the hurdles and you knew Grant was going to be one of the best ever. Well, I would disagree. You know, Grant and I put a lot of hard work in for this, folks,
Yeah.
and we're not going to stop working. But you're talking about a guy that ran 13:39 in high school that's now run 12:81.
Right.
You know,
Just
and
just 0.01 away from the record. That's it.
exactly. And the big thing for me is like you guys, because you're my friends, you guys have been privy to the conversations of the development of the young man. Aaron the night has come to games where I watched him train. And he's heard the head bumping that goes on between Grant and I sometimes. It's not an easy process, but we're not here to make any excuses. We're gonna stand up before the world and just say, hey, we got our butts kicked this year. you know. But if for those of y'all who know me well and know Grant well, we will be back. Guaranteed your money back.
All right. Now I
So
would like to
Heard it here
shift.
first.
I'd like to shift to some events that aren't necessarily finished, but oh my God, are they coming? The men's 400 is completely upside down,
wow.
and the Botswanans got 3 in the finals.
Yep, they did.
It's a problem, people. If you know, if you don't understand, it's a problem. At this point, I mean, our picks are out the window. So anybody want to take a stab at how the 400 final is going to play out for the men?
Nope. Nope. What I envision after watching the semis is that they're gonna get to 300 and everybody's gonna still be in the race. If they
Mhm.
all run the way they've been running, you'll get to 300 and it's just gonna be a line, right? And it's gonna be the guy that executes the best from 280 to the finish line.
It's
Mm-mm-mm.
what's crazy for me is no matter what you think is going to happen or whatever actually happens, Botswana has a 1/3 chance, 33% chance of coming out of there with a gold medal.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And if we would have started the season and people would have said Botswana is going to have a third of the 400-meter final field, nobody would have bet on that. Like
Nope.
they got something very, very real going on there. And it's most of it is the group that was so special back when they were U18s, right? Like they're building
Mm-hmm.
something. And you know, obviously it's a small country, they can't build everything, but they're building this. And it
So is Jareem the only athlete from Paris that's in that final?
I
um
believe so.
the oh God, the other African. Was he
So Jareem's in 2, Ja'Cory's in 3,
Epi is
Epi's in
in
4. Good. Yeah, that guy Colin is in 5.
Kebenatche.
Mc, yeah, him. McDonald's in 6. Nene's in
Nene
7.
and Dory.
And Dory's in 8. Yeah, and
Naka,
Nakayama,
Nakajimi.
Yeah, that's right.
Nakajima. Ooh,
Japan has a 400-meter finalist. Okay. Right? Like crazy, crazy, crazy things going on there.
wow.
That's one
And so,
of
and
the,
so, like, who's trying to call the winner of that race?
Hello.
listen,
If
I'll
if, if you base it on the season, Ja'Cory's the favorite because he's been dominant all year long. But
Hmm.
then this guy shows been runs 43.61 2 days ago and made it look easy.
Yeah.
yeah, but and here's the thing. It's outdoor track, it's not indoors. Coming in, I picked, I went out on a limb and picked Karani to win just on experience, right? But I had Ja'Cory second. I'm not picking Ja'Cory to win out of that lane. Like, I'm just not. I don't know which Botswanan I'm taking, but I'm going with the math. I'm one of the Botswanans going to come out here with this gold medal.
Yeah. We're seeing
Well,
be served for
no,
sure.
Nene's pretty good. Be
Yeah,
careful.
he
Yeah,
is.
they're all
Yeah, Nene's pretty good.
all right. So let's flip it over. And people are like, when are they going to talk about it? Okay, it's time. We're gonna get the race we wanted in the women. We got all 3 of the protagonists in there.
Hmm.
They all looked pretty damn good in the qualifying. Um, we can hold sit out for a second, but my thing is this: if you would have asked me how I wanted the race set up, it's exactly what I would have wanted. Paulino all the way on the outside, and she can't see. Sawa in the upper middle with people to chase, and Sid got eyes on all of them.
So you
Well,
got
they're
Price,
perfectly spaced
Price,
a lane
Yeager,
apart.
Gomez, McLaughlin, Anning, Nasser, Bukawika, and Paulino. I mean, I mean, Nikisha Price runs 49 point and doesn't make it. Like this,
Cold blooded.
it is absolutely
Cold blooded.
cold-blooded. beaten out by her teammate, no less.
Right.
From
No,
Right.
no,
Mexico.
Price is in the final.
Hmm?
You
I
just
think
said
Price
Nikisha
got
Oh
the
Price.
last
yeah. Well,
cue.
sorry. Price
I
is
think
on
she got the
A2.
last cue, but
Yeah,
she
she
ran
did.
49 and got lit up.
Yes. I mean, I we had a conversation before we got on the air. Me and Sir Lucius. And you can't ask for a better setup. You can't ask for because we essentially saw two athletes show their strengths, right?
Mhm.
It's like you're sitting there playing cards, right? And somebody starts playing spades or somebody starts playing hearts. And then you see somebody come out of nowhere and go, okay, here's some clubs and here's some diamonds and here's some jokers, right? I'm going to cover both of you. And it was like, I mean, it was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal, you know. Now, here's the question I put to everybody that's listening. Did she expect to run that fast? Did Sid
She didn't look
know
surprised.
she
She
was
she
running
didn't look
that
surprised to
fast?
me at all.
Listen, you
Didn't look surprised to me at all.
much like Allison Felix,
Mm-hmm.
you can't actually pay any attention to what Sid says in interviews. Okay? You just can't. Because Sid's gonna do what Sid does. She's gonna put on the very demure, the very,
Mm-hmm.
in her box, the answers are the prepackaged answers you're gonna get. I'll tell you this. I saw Nasser run the 48-1,
Mm-hmm.
48-2. Saw Paulino do it. That is the easiest 48 low you've ever seen in your life. She was not pressing. She was not tired. And no, I don't believe for a second that it was a surprise to her because
Mm-hmm.
everything about that race says 47 mid.
Yeah.
Everything about it.
So
And
just
I know
so
there's people out there to tell me I'm crazy, but when I told you people that she was going to run 50 mid, you said I was crazy. Telling you right now, the world record is under threat. Now
oh boy.
she has to own who she is.
Oh no. You're gonna
She has
you're
to own it. She has to own it. And if she owns who she is in the first 200 meters, I don't think this is going to be particularly close. I don't.
What do you mean by own who she is?
Because when you watch Sid run flat fours, and there hasn't been a lot of them, she does not do the first half the way she's capable of, or at any kind of first half that would yield the performance you just saw until the semifinal. And when she did it, she came through three, and it was like, oh, that's all I gotta do. And the only one that's gonna run it harder than that is Nasser, and Nasser can't get away from Sid. So if she just owns who she is in the first half, I think she blows him out by 5 to 8 meters.
I told Otto, I sent him a message. I said, that's one of the most unceremonious American records I've ever seen. And if you listen to the commentary, it was so ho-hum that when she crossed the line, the comment was, "Oh, that's the fastest time run in the world this year. Fastest time, yeah, fastest time
Yeah,
running, right?" And it's like it took them a second to process what they just saw,
that's right.
you know? And then Otter goes, "Sorry, Sonia, after 19 years,
That's right.
your record's
Not
gone." I mean,
19 years to the day.
19 years to the day.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Which may or may not be by accident.
Listen, it's Bobby. It is 100% on purpose.
It's all part of the plan.
I think to your point about the world record, do I think it's possible? Sure. I think it only happens if Nasser. So the world record needs innocent Egbunike.
Yes.
The world
Yes.
record needs
Yes.
someone who will throw caution to the wind.
See,
Yes.
I'm gonna
Right?
disagree with you because I don't think that like on the men's side, my man was out in lane 9, he just went. There was no he had no rabbit.
He was his own innocent egg when he came.
No. See, I don't see. Here's the thing. See, I think the innocent Ed Niki thing messes the race up
Hmm.
because to Clyde's point, if you don't hit the marks properly, right? By the marks, I mean where you're supposed to be at certain times properly. If you
Right.
overrun the run or underrun the run, there's going to be no world record.
By
Right?
my
There will be no 47
calculations,
seconds.
by
Yeah.
my calculations, I saw 23 point and 35 point.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
23-4.
Jeez.
Right. Well, remember, she'd run 22-2, right? So 23-4 is not fast for her, right?
Right.
That's fast for Nasser. That's fast for Paulino,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because like for me, I think one, I don't know that you never know what Bobby's up to, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know if he's up to the world record or if he just wanted to get the American record. I'm not sure what is, we'll never know until he comes out after the race and talks about it. But I was able to watch her practice a couple of times, and they were definitely working on certain zones of the race.
Yeah.
It was very, very clear, as those of us who watch Bobby coach, he's not loud. He's very close to his athletes, telling them what he wants. And whatever it was, she nailed it, and she cooled down and went home. Yeah. So
I'm just
there's a serious calculation of something going on there. So
listen, we all have our differences of opinions on records. There's no record in our sport that I want to see off the board more than the women's 400.
yeah, there
Yes.
is. Women's
Yes, there
women's
is.
800.
Nope.
The women's
Women's
800.
Nope.
Stop.
Not
The
for
women's
me.
800.
Not
Women's
for me.
800 is way worse.
Oh, I'm not saying
The,
it's not
the,
worse.
the only
I'm not saying
other
it's not worse.
the only other woman under 48 seconds, right?
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the 800 is not worse. I want the 400 record off the books. I want that up out of there. The championship record, that's definitely gone.
Yeah.
47.99 is done.
Who
Okay.
ran that?
Krachalova.
Oh, the sound. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
Kratakvilova ran 47.99 and 153, 27 minutes apart.
Yeah.
Just
That's gonna get up
just
out of
let
there.
that wash all over you.
But I think the lane draw is like perfect because
Yeah.
Nasser's race model, Nasser runs the 400 like Wade did,
Mm-hmm.
like Karsten does.
Mm-hmm.
Her whole thing is, I'm gonna go and you're gonna drown trying to keep up with me.
Right.
And that's great. And it works on Paulino most of the time. But you can't do that to Sid.
No.
Like it's not gonna work with Sid.
Nope.
So, like I said,
Well, I will tell you this. I think that you're going to see something of epic proportions tonight. I think you might see 3 women run sub 48 seconds.
Woo!
I don't necessarily disagree with that either.
Because I happen to know who Paulino's coach is.
Mm-hmm.
And Felix ain't backing down nobody. Right?
No.
I have no idea who Nasser's coach is, but I don't get the sense that they're afraid either. And I think it's going to be like when Wade ran the 43 flat. You got him, Karani, and
LaShawn.
Bashan. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So who wins and what's the time?
Sid wins 47.50.
No.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh.
Whoa.
Like in
Jeez.
50s.
Oh,
50s.
man.
The
It
record
doesn't
is
matter. 50 is still
No, I'm saying, but the
flying,
record
man.
is 60, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to get
Solutions.
5 for the
See,
record to go.
Solutions.
I
Who
don't
wins
know. I
and the
mean,
time?
people like to talk about people shutting down, and um, I still think there's some credence, as Brooks used to tell me all the time, that slowing down sometimes is, or whatever however you wanted to say it, is like backing off sometimes allows you to hold your speed longer sometimes, right? Versus
Francis
pressing. Right.
Obiquelo.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mike Marsh.
Right. Right.
Great
So I
examples,
think that
right?
for me is like if they come out and they try to run faster, that can be a bigger detriment to them running faster than anything else. I think if they just come out, enjoy the process, I think you can see something special. But if you come out here trying to run 47.5, you might end up at 49 flat.
That would be terrible, by the way.
It would be. It would.
But that's
I'm
but
not calling that.
that's how unforgiving that race is.
Yeah. You get three supreme athletes, they're coached by, great coaches, obviously. And, I think we should all just sit back and enjoy, but 47.50s, man, it just sounds crazy. But then so did 50.5, right?
I say 47.85, and that's what Sid runs. I'm gonna say 47. I say we take Cratchit. What's her name?
K.
Jarmella. Jarmy.
Yeah,
Brad
yeah.
Vilova.
What say
Brad?
you in the air tonight?
Uh, I'm not going to predict the world record. I'm going to say 47.75. Sid.
I can't go world record. I just can't. I just mm-mm.
I mean, I would love for it to happen, but
Yeah.
47.75 in what I think in the last 30 meters may end up being a solo run is still. But listen, all of it is ridiculous because I actually don't disagree with solutions. I think there could 47.90 something could be third.
That's crazy.
I mean, based on what they've done in the past, they all three are capable of getting under 48.
Mm-hmm. Because Sid still has the third fastest PR in the race.
Right. And see, to
At
me, like
48.29.
that's the intrigue, right? Because let's be clear. It's just pretend want to for people to think Sid had challengers in the 400 hurdles. These two women are decorated 400-meter specialists.
Yeah.
They're
And they're
champions.
probably looking at this chick like, look, bitch, you're not finna come down here and embarrass us. This is our thing.
Yeah.
You feel me? Now, they got the wrong one because she's gonna embarrass them. But like they
I don't know
have
if
to
she's
have
going
that
to
attitude.
embarrass him. I mean, embarrassing would be beating him by a full second, but I don't think she's going to embarrass anybody. But yeah,
What
it's not
what I have
embarrassing.
found what I have found interesting about this whole process is like the beauty of the 400 is that Sid is faster and stronger than both of them. But it
Mhm.
wasn't until yesterday that she ran what they've run.
Yeah.
Correct.
But she's been faster and stronger than them
I don't
the
see. I
whole
disagree
time.
with the second part of that. I disagree with the second part of that
You're not
because when
convinced she's
she,
strong.
well, I think she's stronger now, but I don't think she's always been stronger than them. And that was proven a couple of years ago. There's a reason why Bobby took her out of the four a couple of years ago because she wasn't ready.
Mm.
Remember, we started this experiment a couple of years ago.
When she
And
won
she went
USA's but didn't go.
Yeah.
right. Yeah. So she wasn't ready yet. But I think she's stronger now.
All right.
Well, in terms of I don't know how much time we have left, but we talked about future events. One of the switches that's going on, we're seeing the Europeans starting to do better in the distance events. Sebco is sleeping well. And then you get to the men's javelin, and the opposite is happening.
Yeah, nah.
3 of the 12 are European. And it's quite fascinating what's going on. I mean, it's an event that's been going through change, and I don't know if people have been paying attention. But when you have a Kenyan, a Grenadian, a Trinidadian,
Let's say Trini and some Indians.
you've got Pakistan's, you've got Sri Lanka. I mean, and let's just throw an American in there too. I mean, it is quite a phenomenal event, and I mean, it's one of the more beautiful events that I love to watch, and I am really excited to see what happens tomorrow. Well, tonight in the men's javelin.
No, yeah. I mean, well said. Now the only other one.
Well, hold on. I will just say this. I hope everybody was paying attention to Rojas.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yes. We saw it.
Out there playing games.
we we were at the practice track, and she was taking some short approach jumps, and she took a jump, and I looked at Ivan Pedrosa. He looks at me, and I just kept walking, and I came back later. I was like 1445, 1450. He's like, see. This is from like
Wow.
12 steps.
Oh yeah, she out there acting like Hibbert.
She is not to be trifled with in any way, shape, or form.
Man.
Well, much like Krauser, if she coming back out there, she ain't coming out there for silvers.
Right.
Like
Right,
that ain't, you know, that'd be beneath her. So no, so the long hurdles, again, the fireworks. We got a pretty intriguing setup on the lanes here, right? You got Karsten behind Rye, and then the Brazilian to the outside, which I'm not sure. It was funny because obviously Carson was dominating his semifinal, and he knows what's happening. So it's like, did he give that space up on purpose to try to guarantee himself behind? I don't know.
Well, it's randomized, so it's
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it's only it's randomized in the pockets though. The top
It's
four.
still randomized, but he had no way of knowing he would get behind him by doing that. Is what I'm saying.
Right, but I guess what I'm getting at is he'd have a 66% chance of being behind him because the only other lane he could have landed in was 9.
9. Yeah.
So that's
I
what I'm
don't
saying.
think that's why. I don't think that's why he did it, but it sounds
Okay.
good.
I mean,
Yeah. I don't think anybody's that calculating, but it sounds good.
I don't know. Dude, you guys are there. So are you aware of the interview chaos
Oh my gosh.
following?
I'm not aware of that. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Kareem,
was flabbergasted that these things could and were actually said on the internet.
Yes.
the funniest thing that could happen right now is for the governor to explain
No.
to Lucius
Yes.
what happened.
No, please, that has to happen.
That
We
is
need
by
that.
far the best way for him to learn about this.
The only way is that I'm gonna put it in the group chat. I can't say.
It's so much better if you do it.
This is like watching an innocent person read mean tweets.
I'm gonna condense this, and
All right.
you're going to try to understand what I'm saying.
No, you got to give it to him.
No.
You got this, Governor. Come on.
You could do it.
Sir Lucius,
Yes, sir.
it's going to be a game of inches.
No, boo.
That's
Boo.
all I'm gonna say.
All right. Sir Lucius, this is what happened. Okay. The semifinals are over. And I want to see the clip of Karsten because I haven't seen the clip of Karsten. A reporter asks Rye about a quote that supposedly came from Karsten about Rye's semifinal. Okay. Because Rye and Dos Santos were in the same semifinal. Now, the misunderstanding of the question is what made it so hilarious. So apparently, they asked Carson about what he thought of the looming semifinal between those two. And he said, allegedly, something to the effect of, well, we'll see how it goes, but they might be out there and get into a dick measuring contest amongst the two, right? Rye heard the question wrong and took
He
it
said those words.
as in the final what was going to happen. And Rye's response to that was, he really said that? Well, I can see him just saying that, but I'm black. So if it's going to be a dick measuring contest, you know how that's going to go. What he said. What he said.
Like I said, I couldn't believe these words were said and publicized on worldwide media.
Right.
He said those words.
That happened.
That's what he
That
said.
happened.
I'm almost sorry that you told me that story.
But see how much better it would have been if the governor would have had the wherewithal to
Man,
say,
The governor wasn't going to say that. No, just like you, I wouldn't have told that story either. Good job, governor.
Thank you.
but that's yeah. So it's funny either way,
It's going
but
to
the
be it's going to be an epic
misunderstanding of the
race.
original made it so much better.
I think that's another race that you'll see three people there at hurdle 8, and who executes the best the last two barriers, what will be the champion.
Given what we've seen in the prelims and the semis, or anybody want to change up their picks on this one?
Well, I'm going to ride with the home team. I'm going to ride with Rye. That's my guy. I think it's time.
This is the venue. Wow.
I think it's time.
All right, and then finally, since Sir Lucius stated unequivocally that he will not be entertaining any conversations about enhanced championships, can we just simply close with relay thoughts, since the relays are going to close? I will start with this. I don't like that we went back to the 4x1 closing the event. That's not right. I don't like it. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
The 4x4 closes the show.
Yes.
I almost understood it when Bolt was in this, but he's not. So I don't see any reason why we did this, other than the Japanese think they can get a medal, and they wanted that to be the end of the show.
Well, first of all, let's give the mixed relay its due. That was a phenomenal run by USA. My thought process was 200 meters to go, Femke Bol goes,
Yeah, nah.
yeah, we're okay. Guys, we're good with
A
silver,
little
right?
bit too far, yeah.
Yes.
Femke, listen, when Femke took the stick, she looking at her teammates like, y'all playing. I'm not having me out here for this.
I'm not doing this. But yeah, I mean, shout out Sir Lucius for McIver. That was
Thank you.
that was two really good
The
days.
transformations. And I said to him before the final, I said, just make sure that when she gets the stick, she's gone. Like, leave no doubt. And that's what he did. So
That's what he did. 43-91 was it split?
Yep.
Fantastic. As far as the relays are concerned, I mean, Botswana is a massive problem in the 4x4. I think it'll be USA, Jamaica, and South Africa. I think South Africa is going to come hard in the
Men's
4x1.
4x1.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I think it's going to come down to the end. I mean, if everybody's healthy, I mean, and Noah is in the mix, they're not beating him. This is not going to happen.
See, you think about it too. Like, it's going obviously we got to pass the stick, right? But we have to understand that USA puts 4 guys on the track that have run 9.8 this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's
and obviously, Courtney was a little shaky in the 100, but he came back. He looked really good yesterday in the 200. And Kenny and Noah are both running really well. And, I've watched Christian train since he's been here. He's on fire. So, Jamaica's sneaky, because you obviously you got the 1-2 punch from the 100. And then, am I the only person that watched Lavelle run 200 semi yesterday? First one yesterday? That dude's a problem. Just go, I don't know who their fourth is, but they got three problems. And South Africa, see, South Africa thinks they can win. That's the first problem you got.
They sure
You
do.
can't convince them they can't win the race. Right?
Yeah.
You can't.
So when it comes to the men's 4x1, I would challenge the audience. The last time we saw Noah on the 4x1 anchor was obviously in Budapest, 3 across the line, right? There's an overhead shot of that relay. Those passes were abysmal, all 3 of them. But we just had so much firepower, it ultimately didn't matter. I don't think we can get away with that with the South Africans. I don't think we can get away with that with these particular Jamaicans. And of course, Canada being Canada, they'll figure it out.
They will be there.
Right? So if we don't perform the handoffs better, I think it's a problem.
Well, let's perform the handoffs better. We'll see.
Well, you know,
Let's
I
see.
mean, Lavelle has gone on the record to say he's not running on the
Oh wow.
4x1.
Okay,
Yes.
that's helpful for the USA. That
And
dude's a problem.
and yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know if that's going to change between now and 2 days from
Mhm.
now, but
Who coaches him?
that's a very good question.
Yeah.
no, no. All
I'll have to
right.
do some snooping around, find out.
Okay. Take our Homer emotions out of it. We barely beat Botswana at the Olympics, and we needed all of Rai Benjamin to do it. They look better this year.
Mhm.
Do we lose to Botswana? And is there a world record?
Uh, see, okay, so let's think about it like this. The group that ran 254 last year, right? So Chris Bailey, Vernon Norwood,
Yep,
Bryce Deadman, Rod Benjamin.
correct. Those,
Bailey's out, but
yeah,
we have a competent sub, right? Vernon's still a part of it. Um, Deadman more than likely won't be on there, but your core is on fire. So there's no reason to believe that the group we can put out there can do what the group that we put out there last year can do the same thing, right?
hmm
Because it's basically the same group with some replacements, but there's similar capabilities. The issue you have here is you just don't know how good Botswana's really is because yeah, they ran really well in the 400 semi, 44 in the middle, but like we can match. The only thing people would think we can't match is the 43.6, but Rye can run 43.6,
hmm
right? So then we can match them leg for leg everywhere else. So the question now becomes is like how we structure the relay and if those guys step up to the plate, which typically they do. So I think it's going to be another epic race. Honestly, I'm rooting for USA to win, but it wouldn't be surprising if Botswana nips us at the line or something because it's going to be a classic race. It's going to be phenomenal.
So we don't get a prediction from Sir Lucius, but we understand.
I just said the
He
USA.
You
did.
said you're rooting for USA, and you did not address the world record issue.
I said USA, but I wouldn't be surprised if Botswana beat us, nor would I be surprised if the world record was broken.
Okay.
So now I've
He
said it.
did
I
say
didn't
those
say that
things.
the right way. Yeah. Now I've said it. Because I
In
think
the
the team
air.
that we put out there just as good as the team that ran last year. I do.
In the air.
Christopher,
I'm sorry. What was the question? Sorry. I was
Four
being
by
summoned.
four. Who's winning, and is there a world record?
I think that the American men will win the 4x4. I'll just be honest with you. I've seen that world record in my dreams and my nightmares in the 4x4, and I just know all that's required. And it's certainly possible, and it wouldn't surprise me, but I'm not going to predict it because
Governor?
because here's the thing, and again, it may happen, right? But it requires because the superhumans that did it before could do it by themselves. I think at this point it would require two teams to be running basically at each other the whole time for it to happen. And I'm
Yes.
just not
you
sure
mean
that's
like
going to
last year?
happen.
Well, we're gonna get that.
Right. But think about it. We had it last year and we didn't get it. That's what I'm
But
saying. I
we,
Yeah.
I
think that
mean,
It
we
got
didn't get it by
really close.
like
yeah,
2/10 of a second.
Yeah.
yeah. I hear y'all. I'm gonna pick USA. I'm not gonna pick the world record, but I like solutions. I'm not gonna be surprised if it happens at all.
Gov.
So I'm waffling, I guess, on the world
Yeah,
record.
yes, you're waffling. It's okay.
It's
Very
okay. I
well
don't like
abide
to.
by that.
It's okay. I'll be a Belgian waffle.
What you got, Governor?
Change your name to Belgian Waffle. That's great.
I'm gonna say it takes a WR to win, and I say USA holds off. I think it comes down to the same prognosticators on the anchor leg, and I think that WR is in the works.
Okay. I am not going to waffle. I have no issue being wrong. I think both teams are better than they were a year ago. I really do. I didn't see Botswana coming last year. I knew they were good. I didn't think they could challenge us. And the team that we put out there without, the Olympic champion,
Mm-hmm.
without Michael Norman, we ran the mixed relay backups and Rye Benjamin,
Mm-hmm.
right? I didn't think they'd get close to the world record, and they damn near broke it. The Botswanans have 3 individuals in the 400-meter final and 2 hurdlers
Mm-hmm.
that are really good before you even start talking about Taboho.
Mm-hmm.
So not only are they better, but they don't have to run all 4 of their dudes to make the final.
Yeah.
Nor do we, for the matter. So I think it's a better version of last year's race. So I actually absolutely think the world record goes for the exact reason that Belgian Waffle threw out there. They're going to be at each other from the get-go. I think the difference last year, Rye Benjamin held off to Boho. I think this year he's going to have to go get him. I think when we go into the anchor, we're going to be behind.
Mm.
And that is what I really want to see. Golly, I think the world record goes, and man, I think Rye can run him down. I do.
Interesting.
I think he can run him down. So I'm gonna say USA for the win with the world record, but I really think it plays out that way. I think it's reversed. Rye's gonna have to go get him.
Okay.
Do we have any idea what the order is going to be for the U.S.?
Now, yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Now I will retract that prediction once I see the order. Because if USA got the order wrong, Botswana for the win and the world record.
What if
Listen,
Botswana gets their order wrong?
I don't know enough about the Botswanans.
But the see that, so then that's my point. They could get their order wrong too, then couldn't they?
They could, but
Okay.
hey, listen, we if
my
Taboho's the
only
anchor,
question is who's running first. Because I will just
right?
say this: if you tell me that JP is 2, Genoa is 3, and Rye is 4, I'll take the U.S. all day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
But
That's
I don't
all I'm
even think
saying.
there's a guarantee that Genoa is on the track.
I just
There's
said
also
I
no
don't know
guarantee that
who.
he's not.
Right, I don't know who's running. I'm just telling you. If you're telling me today that that's who America is running at 2, 3, and 4, I will tell you: A, we will not be losing going into anchor, and B, we are not going to lose.
Well, listen, if I'm Botswana and I got Taboho on the anchor, the 43 mid guy's popping off. Come get me. Like, sorry, that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy,
But
but
but here's what I'll
Well,
say: if they
it's what I'll
pop him
tell you
off,
too. If those two guys are in the middle, I'm okay with that. I know the history of
that
those two characters.
that's what I'm
sure,
saying.
I hear
Listen,
you.
I don't care who Botswana leads off. If you're telling me that JP gets to stick second and Genoa gets to stick third, we are not losing going into anchor.
Because
Well,
JP will go hunting. I promise you that.
Yes, he will.
these are the decisions that only one of us
People get
has
paid
any
to
power
do.
in.
I don't have any power in that. I don't get paid to coach no relays, so leave me out of that.
All
No,
right. On that
sir.
note, listen, I love y'all.
Yep.
I gotta go. I know you're gonna end soon, but
No, no,
listen,
no. We
I,
out.
I,
We can
I'm
all bow out
No, no.
together. So
Okay,
we
no,
good.
Yeah.
no. We got one more thing. We ain't talking about
yeah,
the women's football one. So
y'all,
we got to do that
y'all,
and then be
Okay.
out. Yeah.
y'all do that. I'm glad I got to jump on this long. I didn't think I was gonna be able to. Y'all got a cameo from Big League, but as y'all can imagine, things are going crazy around here. So
All
y'all have a
right.
great one. Shout out to
Peace.
all the fam that keeps watching.
Get the medals,
Peace.
baby. Get the medals.
That's the plan.
All right. So women's 4x1. Um, if you tell me that what is probably predictable, if you tell me that it's Team Nike for Team USA, I'm rolling with the Brits.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't see that happening.
You don't see Team Nike for Team USA, or you don't see them losing?
I don't see them losing.
What are you basing that on? Not you,
Me?
Governor.
Oh,
King of Petty.
why England? Why does UK
No,
win?
but why not the USA is what I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, the precision of the handoffs. The Brits typically significantly outperform us passing the baton.
So well, why does it matter? Then does it just shouldn't matter who we have on the track then, should it?
Well, if you we can go as far down this rabbit hole if you like.
Well, it's your rabbit hole. I'm
No,
not
it's fine. It's
going
fine.
down there with you, but yeah.
I understand that the most skilled relay runner on the female side that we have currently is in Tokyo, and that would be Jenna Prandini. So Jenna Prandini's in Tokyo. I think Jenna Prandini should be on the track running third. Now, if you tell me that you put our best skilled person on third, I feel a little bit different about it. But if it's Team Nike on the track, then I have to assume that the team is going to be Melissa on 1, TT on 2, Kayla on 3, and Sha'Carri on anchor. And I, on a relay, again, we're not talking about what happened in the 100-meter dash. Melissa's the best in the world right now. But for the past couple years, Dina Asher-Smith has been the best pop-off in the world. And she destroyed us last year.
Well, I can promise you one thing, my friend. On
Okay.
everything that's good, if Melissa Jefferson leads off for the USA,
Oh my
Dina
goodness.
Asher-Smith will no longer be the best leadoff leg on the track.
And I'm here for that, and I would love to see it. But we've seen things like that play out differently before. What I'm saying is that the Brits, their team is solid. They know who they are. They're all in the right place. They
And
are all
I'm
highly
all with you
skilled.
for that, but I'm gonna go back to my statement. I will stand on this.
Yeah.
There is no way you believe in your heart of hearts that Dina Asher-Smith is out running Melissa on leadoff leg. No
Oh, I don't think she
chance.
can. Look, that's the issue,
No
right?
chance.
That's the
No
issue.
chance.
Listen, that's the issue. I don't think she can outrun her. I think she can run her dead even.
No.
And
No.
I
Oh,
believe
you don't
so.
believe
I believe
that.
so.
No. Based
I believe
on
so.
what?
Based
Based
on
on what?
watched, based on things that have
No.
happened on
Based
the
on what?
track.
Hold on a second. Have you not been watching Melissa Jefferson?
Brother, this ain't about Melissa Jefferson. It's
It
about
is
the
about Melissa Jefferson.
passes.
Okay, hold on a
Okay,
second.
watch this.
Okay,
Watch this.
hold on a
Wait a
second.
minute.
No.
Sir.
Let me finish. Let me finish. No. Mm-mm. I'm gonna do that with you, right?
Sir.
Okay, from 0 to 80 has nothing to do with the pass.
Correct.
So for that 80 meters, she's going to destroy her.
Define destroy.
Oh, I put it like this: if the Brits are right in front of us, she'll run by her.
Oh no. No.
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Absolutely. As a matter of
I'll
fact,
take listen.
I want to make sure I gas that up for you, brother.
No, that's cool. Listen, I'll take that bet all day. You're absolutely right. From 0 to 80 has nothing to do with the passes. But once we get to 80, if Melissa is slamming on the brakes to pass the baton, then her being there doesn't even matter. Now
Okay,
it does.
but that wasn't the discussion. The discussion was her
The
outrunning
discussion
her. No,
again,
you okay? If you're talking about the passes,
I am.
okay,
You know I
okay,
am.
but that's not what you said.
It's the
You
foundation of
said
everything I believe about the race.
they're even. Okay, so if we're talking about the actual running of the race, the two women running against each other, Melissa's is significantly better than her right now, right?
Yes.
And we can't talk about the passes until they happen.
Well, the
But
passes can
okay,
neutralize all things, and the
okay,
Brits
they
are
absolutely
consistently
can't. But they
better.
could also make a difference. So my
Correct.
thing to this is that when it comes to the passes, we'll have to wait and see. But if we're
Well,
talking about leg for leg, foot speed for foot speed, the USA is better than them.
but that's always the case. We're always better.
Well, we haven't lost to them yet.
Right.
So then I'm not so yeah. So you there's no so credence to your argument here.
Again, it's the same argument that goes on with the men all the time. Every time we step on the track with the
Well,
men,
well,
we're the
the men are
fastest team.
different. Yeah, that's a different deal. But the women haven't lost, and we haven't lost, but not because of the passes. We've had terrible passes, and we still won.
Well, in 2023, we had elite passes, and that's why we won. And the team
Well,
we
I
beat
think there
was
was. I
significantly
wouldn't say
faster than us.
I would disagree that all those passes were elite because I don't
Okay.
recall that the 3 to 4 was elite. And I
Oh yeah,
know that
no, it
one
really
and
was.
two
It
wasn't
it was
elite.
okay. It was an A and a B pass, but
That's not
we
elite.
were significantly slower than the Jamaican team that walked out there.
Well, see, and I don't think it was so much that our passes were fantastic, more so that the Jamaicans were terrible.
And there you go, sir. So our
Mhm.
last two wins, our passes, we won. Our passes were abysmal. And if
Hmm.
the Brits wouldn't have screwed up their one pass last year, I don't think Sha'Carri can run that girl down. So that was last year's Sha'Carri.
But they screwed it up.
They did. They made one
So
mistake and
then,
it cost them a gold medal.
so then they're in a better position than we are.
No, they're in a better
So
position
look,
because
hey,
they
look,
get it right more
but
often than we do.
I like your analogies, but USA for the win. There you go.
Cool. I mean that's listen,
There you
that's
go.
the obvious and easy
Okay.
choice.
This is the most speed, and I know that some of them. I know that there's some concern about Kayla White, right? She might be a little banged up or something. I'm not sure what's going on, but this is the most speed the USA's brought in the track. As much as they brought to the track in a while, because of what Melissa's capable of doing on
On
the front.
paper, it's the third best team that they've ever put out there.
There you
2016,
go.
2016 was the last time we had comparable speed, and
Hmm.
2016 was a little faster than this, based on 100-meter PBs from the season.
And those sticks weren't very good either.
Hmm.
No, they weren't right. The 3 to 4
And they ran
pass,
41.0.
correct. The 3 to 4
Okay.
pass in Rio cost us the world record. There just wasn't any team out there that could challenge it.
Yeah. See, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. So let's just strip it away. If we're talking about Team Star Athletics, I think the thing that you can't discount if it's the Star Athletics team is their camaraderie and their teamwork. They're around each other every day. They trust each other. That that's a better bet than people that aren't with them every day.
Well, listen, it's a one because of so many factors that landed us at this moment, right? It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You got four girls
Hmm.
all in the same camp that get to go out there and run a 4x1 together. I understand
Right.
all of that. There's also a pressure element that comes with that. There's also an expectation element that comes along with that.
Is
So
it? But that pressure and expectation is there regardless because it's the football one at the World Championship or Olympic Games.
yeah,
That
but
doesn't change anything.
I would argue that it's actually a lot different because normally you have a mix of people from different camps and different training that have to come together and figure out this thing how to do it. The everybody will understand if those four women walk out there together, this should be seamless. They're they train together all the time. In the back of their mind, they had to know that this is what they wanted to happen for months. So everybody's gonna be like, this team should have been practicing. Like if that group goes out there, that should be the most practiced group we've ever seen.
Well, it's not going to be that. So
But
it's
it
not.
should have been.
No, it shouldn't have. Like okay, that's an unfair statement. You
What you
can't
mean,
say that you can't say that Dennis Mitchell should have been practicing the football one all year long.
sir?
Don't
If
sir
you
me.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Stop this. When the season
You
started,
stop.
wait a minute. When the season
Okay, hold on a
started,
second. Okay, look, I know where you're going with this, and there's nothing that you're going to say to make me convinced that Dennis should have been having 4x1 practice when he's trying to get people
that's
ready
not that, sir.
for the
That's not
World
what I'm
Olympic
even
Game
remotely.
for the
That's
World
not even
Championship.
remotely what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Listen, when the season started in that camp, was the goal because a lot of people have, they talk, they was the
Of
goal
course,
and
the
the
goal was to have all four of
expectation
them make the team. Yes.
correct. So if you go into a season, we are going to sweep the 100-meter national championship, and we already got one in the back pocket because she's the world champ. The expectation going into the season is that this is our relay, and we are going to make sure that no one else can even get in this bubble. This is our show. And by certain situations popping off the way they have, they probably got it. I don't know who's going out there and run. You probably do, but it's probably their show. So again, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity that we may never see again. And at some level, if they expected it in the open 100, they should have been expecting it and plotting for it in the 4x1. Why is that a crazy statement?
Yeah, hold on a second. That has nothing to do with the fact that you're acting like they should have been practicing.
Would you have been practicing?
No,
No.
no. Well, okay, you know what? I would have
Okay.
been practicing because I would have run them together at the Florida relays, yes. But he doesn't host a track where he runs a relay. So why would he be practicing?
He went to the Florida relay.
So no, he wasn't here. One or two of them were overseas somewhere. Stop.
That's what I'm saying. Listen,
Stop.
hey,
Look. I'm all on board with they should run well. I'm all on board that they have to pass the stick, but I'm not on board with they should have been practicing this since March and April together. No.
I'm not saying all that. I wasn't that specific with it.
So I don't think anything should be seamless. I do think that the challenges we have with the 4x1, I think I think the bigger challenge we have is Shakiri running through the zone.
Mm.
She never does.
Shakiri, yeah, Shakiri running through the zone. And I've not been in any relay practices, so I don't know. But if Shakiri runs through the zone better than she ever had, and that's just, but because she can rely so well on her top end speed, she doesn't worry about it.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Like I'm just not thinking about it. Melissa's the only one in the 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So since the 100 meters ended, them
Hmm.
three could be out there every day if they wanted to be.
I don't know about every day. I don't think Dennis is allowing that, but I'm sure that I am positive that they've had more than one practice since then. That I can assure you of. Yeah.
There you go.
Am I privy to what went on? No, I don't, but I do know they have been practicing. Yeah.
Cool.
And we will talk about it offline, but I think that you would like to you like what they've been doing. So, and on that note,
Yes.
we will see you guys next week.
Yes.
Hit the button.
Oh, that's right. I'm the button, aren't I?
Yes, you
Yes,
are.
that's right. Yes, you are.
You know, Chewy doesn't get enough credit for how hard this button hitting thing is. Hold on. Stop. Oh shit. All I did was turn all I did was turn this video off. How do you end this shit? Ah, here we go.